Hello. Not too bad, you? Alright. Yeah, I'm still finishing up some work stuff, so I don't know how much help I'll be on the stream, but I can at least get the servers up for you. So, are you doing both Reforged and Vanilla? Or are you just focusing on one or the other, or... Yes, correct. Those ones are already spawned in, all fueled up, all ammoed up, ready to go. Or at least I hope all the stuff is still spawned in, unless I had recreated the server again. Well, I was trying a couple things, and then I realized the way that I had it the first time, I couldn't run a vanilla and a reforged server at the same time because I was using the same server files to try to run it. $3,002. Because I can put up both servers. The only warning I would have to give you is if you're on one and you get into a heavy fight, it may have more chances of the connection to playfield error come up if I'm running both servers at the same time. But like I said, they would both be up so that you could swap over when you needed to, and you could do what you want. And extreme worst case, I would just do a fresh wipe again. Because honestly, that's the easiest way to just clean it up. So if you don't happen to regenerate whatever you kill and just leave the CVs that you're working on floating around, that all works too. So yeah, the vanilla one does have the 2 ships spawned in ready to go. The only difference is now the port for that one is 30,002, where it used to be 30,000. Yes. This one's 30,002. Yeah. And same IP address as before. Because I hide them so that they don't come up as visible to the public in the server list. Oh, so that's the season 1 of the Anvil server. Because we have it up for testing purposes. I can always resend it if need be. Yep, just give me 1 second here. Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum. Yeah, it's been crazy busy at work this week. Oh yeah. Well, I was off the first 3 days, so then all of a sudden I get all this stuff dumped onto me. This one. Also for the vanilla one, because you won't have been in since I did the stuff last to it, there's once again a armor locker behind the sign, and in the armor locker I've put a thing of heavy armor. You just make one of those foundation pads with the sign right hooked to it. Yes. Give me 1 second here. Server. And it is the same one for both servers. Yeah, let me finish. Reforged should be that dot that and the password for both of them is that. The reforged one isn't up just yet. Yeah, the only reason the port's different now is so that I can have both up at the same time for, say, something like this happens where I'm not really around to help, so you can at least jump through them as you need to. I don't think I started the reforged one since I switched it over yet. It's probably because like earlier in the week when we were originally gonna finish up the vanilla ones, I wanted to make sure that one was good to go. Vanilla one always confuses me when I'm ammoing up the ships. Like, I'm like, what the hell ammo is this now? Like, what's up? Oh, there is my. That would do it. Oh. Yeah, same thing on the reforged side. I put an armor locker with some armor in behind the sign for you. Thing. Are you okay? You're on that one. Uh, You're an admin on that one, and when you log into the Reforged one, you should have admin privileges on that one too. Yeah, so when you Alt O, there's an option to save damage or save damage blocks or something along those lines, and that's just how I do it. Yeah, if you just make sure to click the save damage state and then Alto it, then or when you Alto it, click save damage state and then save it as something new, then that's all good. And then you just go into where your blueprints are and you just pull that file out afterwards and send it to the person. It should. That's because as soon as I saw that you were loaded on the map, I warped you to me. Well, once you get used to using the tool, there's a lot you can do. Like even if you were comfortable, if you were some point, if I could figure it out, I could always set up the master and slaves when you actually have the tool too. But by then, your stuff will probably be there that you have your own. Yeah. Well, with that, you can worst case ask Krellis, and he can help. It seems to be pretty straightforward. I just have no reason to have it set up on mine right now, so. uh, I don't think these. I don't have these set up to have a size class limit on them, so you shouldn't ever have to worry about using the SBP. Do you have his? Which one did he submit this time? Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Alrighty, everybody. Well, here we go. So we're going to finish off the last two vanilla ones that I wasn't able to get to last time. We have the Wyvern class, I believe it is. Yep, Wyvern class by Evolution. And then if you can't guess who this is, you haven't been on the workshop lately. But this is the Arcanu by Heckendiver. We're going to go test these two out real quick, walk through them. It is, for the most part, just me tonight. Darkest is, doing real world work. Lame. So I probably will not be able to, unless you remind me, drag you into the chat and all of that really cool extras. But so without further ado, let's start on the Wyvern class. We'll do a little fly around. It's definitely cool looking. Holy thrusters. Lots of guns. Very nice. Well, let's find our way into this thing. If I were a betting man, let me out of God mode. Cool. No? Not gonna do it? Oh. Not an elevator, just for looks. Okay. Let's see if there's a legit way into this thing real quick. I'm guessing it's normally not meant to be on planet. Do a little cinematic sweeping view here. Well, I don't know how you're supposed to get in it, but I know how we're gonna get in it. So let's start from the top. Alright. There we go. Okay. So let's take a look at... There's a little preemptive there. So... way under CPU for vanilla. Let's look at size class 11. There's a rocket launcher, plasma turret, pulse lasers, cannons, and flak. And really, other than really not that expensive overall, surprisingly. All right. Let's see if I can... Okay. Sorry, I had to check and see if God mode turned off. So let's do a walk through this. Obviously, bridge. Lots of LCDs or projectors, I guess they would be called. Okay, so multiple cockpits as backups. I like that. And before we get too far into this, everybody can hear me okay and see the screen all right and everything? I ask that as I look at a black wall. Okay. Let's come down the elevator. This looks like a recreational area. Okay, engineering, I'm assuming. Oh, nice, a ladder. A ladder. Whoa. Fuel tanks. Holy storage pods. Like you've got construction. Yep, constructors, O2, fuel, storage, more fuel and storage. Okay, crew quarters. I don't even have to change the shower on this one. Thank you, sir. Ha 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 ha. Okay, so we came from that way. There's just so much on this, I guarantee you I'm gonna miss something. This thing is a beast. Got armor lockers, Jenny's all nice, or well, one gravity gen's all nice and glassed in.
I know you're streaming, but on that side, Randy sometimes gets in the backyard. Yes. But I just might want to check that out. Get reflected and everything.
Alright, so... Whee! Lots of boxes. There we go. There's the elevator. Very cool use of the deco. This is crazy. This is like Pee-wee's Funhouse. All your CPU blocks. Hangar doors. I'm guessing this is the tried and true method to get in. Yep, right there, fair enough. Fields, warp drive. That's really cool. It's organized chaos. Very radioactive zone. Alright. Let's move back up here. Let me get out of God mode again. No worry, Darkest. Thanks for helping on getting it set up and everything, bud. There's your core. It's like med bay. Very cool. Chow hall. What we got up here? Airlock. Yep. Man, I missed all kinds of ways into this thing. I apparently did not look very hard. If it was a snake, it would have bit me. Will do. Well, that's kind of neat. So we're back into here. So let's go down again. Which should, I believe, yep, take us to the engineering level where we've already been. Alright, so back up to the bridge. And I'm sure I missed something. I apologize. There's a lot to this thing. I don't know, are these hollow? Yes, they are. Cool. Alright. Very slick. Well, let's take her out and scratch the paint, shall we? After we get some bullets in this thing. Just for good measure. This way I don't have to stop mid-battle and refill and all that fun jazz. What's going on, bud? I'm a bit loud. Oh, game's a bit loud. Let me turn it down just a hair. How's that? Is that any better? Klutz, what's going on, bud? Use those thrusters. That was odd. Release me from the planet. No? Well, that's definitely weird. Alright, Filbert. Well, that's a new one.
Sorry to rain on the parade. Before I jump away, I noticed there's, I do believe, the one that you weren't sure whether it was vanilla or reforged.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the Kaitama that you weren't sure about?
No, it was the honey bag.
Okay. Because the Kaitama, I think, is a vanilla one as well, because it only has 4 advanced CPU in it.
Okay.
And when I put fuel in before I logged off the server, the generator started to overload.
Oh.
And then I checked the CPU, and sure enough, it only has the 4 advanced in it.
Okay.
So I could be wrong, or they could have just missed that, but just a heads up.
Okay.
Is it not letting you out of the sector, or
It's not letting me out of the atmosphere.
give me a second?
I'm wedged. Minor technical difficulties. Ice Wolfin, thanks for the host, bud. Hey, maybe we can go somewhere?
Is it just not flying, or?
Yeah. It's not really responding to much. Now it has plenty of CPU. Hmm. Let's see if I can. Yeah, I can't even like get out. Oh, there I go. Now, okay, now we're good. I think. Except no forward thrust. Come on. Acting weird. I broke it. Didn't even fight anything. I broke it. Huh. Right. Oh, exactly what you're doing already.
See if that new one responds. Then, yeah, just transfer over all the ammo and should be good to go. As long as that one will respond.
Let's see. Yeah, this one seems good.
Perfect.
Yeah, that other one's not even showing up, so. As far as like Wi-Fi goes.
Yeah, so I see this one. Let's do this. It's all good. I got this covered. It's because I don't think the ships have Wi-Fi on them.
Oh, okay. I'm getting there.
There you go.
Oh, you
Nope,
got
you're
it?
loaded. Yeah,
Sweet.
I'm in God mode. I was just able to put it all on my person and bring it over to you.
Fair enough. Alright, now then, let's find somebody to go piss off. Is there anybody in here already? Let's see. Some Sunseekers, a mine. There's a Xerax defense station. Somewhere out in yonder direction. No. Oh, hang on. Time out. Okay, now we can go do this. Gotta have radar.
Alright, I will be back as soon as I can.
Alrighty, sir. That's I think we broke it again. Broke it by putting radar on it. This again now. Just go to the target. No more fluffing around. Just get to it and get her done. How's everybody doing this evening? Oh, imaginary speed bump. We're back at it. Like I keep getting pulled towards something. Okay, well apparently the game wants me to go fight the shipyard first. Can't get too crazy with this thing, I guess. got some drones. Lots of pews. Pews. You might have us fight now. A couple of space drones. Quit playing peekaboo for a minute. Some of these turrets. I think I lost my manual fire. So see how we're faring up front here. Shabby. Get over here and focus fire on these turrets. This seems to be the dangerous bit. Does not like to strafe, but that could also be because it's taking some decent damage. quick while it does that. The rest of you fire in here. Turret down. Let's defang this bad boy. Fire. What are you waiting for? Fire. Oh yeah. 90 degrees underneath is probably on. Yep. Pew pew, pew pew pew, pew pew. So, let's step away for a second. Now you want to shoot. Take a look, see at what kind of damage has been done here. A little bit on the nose. Couple of bent blocks. I don't think we really lost too much though on that. And I don't know, I mean, you'll have to forgive me if I'm showing the wrong intention of this. I just see something with guns on it and hey, let's go see what can blow up. So, with that being said, we are going to move on to the next one. So other than a few little guns left on that thing, I think it pretty much has it. And let's go over here. There we go. Okay, so let's get back down to the planet. And this right here shows you guys how much Darkest actually does, so make sure you give him big props. He's like my Empyrean nanny when I'm on. So this is Heckin Divers. Let me look at it real quick so I don't miss something. I know it's the Hanu, but... So the Arc Hanu, Tier 4, level 25, has guns everywhere. 2 drill module lasers. Bunch of pew-pews. So everybody can kind of see the parts list. And don't forget the 2 wood planks. Hopefully we can take off. Okay. So let's do a quick little fly around. And Heckin Diver, if you're on, let me know. I will do my best to attempt to drag you into the chat. Very cool. Okay, let's get inside this thing. That's what she said. I don't know if that works or not. Stop it. Entryway. See LCD stuff already. Oh, yep. Right there. Enter door code. I don't know what that opened up. I think I should probably be worried though. Oh, okay, I gotcha. Sweet. Which direction should we go first? I am here. Let's go to the bridge first. Which I think is this way. Yes, it is. Wow. So much to look at in here. I know there's LCDs. Where are we hiding the LCDs? There's no shortcuts. Okay. Well, there's the bridge. Let's member of the Anvil. Very cool, sir. Let's go look what's over here. Got medical. Very nice. The hide-a-bed. Danger, Will Robinson. Okay, there's your shield. Sweet. Jennies, all with access to repair them. Sweet. Nice. Sorry, thought I missed a set of stairs. Okay, so coming back through here. This side. So this is your production area, armor locker, repair bay, advanced constructors, couple smalls. There's your warp drive. More Jennies. Lots of Jennies. Okay. Stuck. There we go. This whole switching back and forth between God mode and not God mode is... Okay, so access to repair your warp drive. Very cool. Well thought out. So now we just have the door of danger. Let's see what's behind the door of danger. Oh, the pressure cookers. Yeah, it might be a hair hot in here when this thing's running. Let us see. Busters. Oh yeah, it's toasty. Definitely toasty. Okay, well, let's take this thing for a little walk in the park, shall we? Make sure I got bullets. I do not. Alright, let's get some bullets real quick. No. Alright, so we got 150s. Got those. We got Ellis. Number deuce. We got normal CV. 15. We have a couple of those. 30s. A couple of those. Couple of those. I think that's everything. Fill all. Whoa. Holy lift. Alright. Let's see if we can get out of atmosphere here. We've broken the bonds of Earth. Let's get all these loading. Insanely responsive. And let's see here. Still have a little bit of CPU left for some little fun bits. Not that there's really much fun, or that Heckin left out. So I'm not wasting time. Resupply station, defense station. We're doing the weird glitchy thing again. Okay, we'll go for the supply station. Sorry. We won't deviate from the aforementioned path game. Whoa! Did not like that. What are you doing? Stop, would you stop? Stop. Jesus, take the wheel. Okay, there's something funky going on here. Anybody dizzy yet? Yeah, this way. Let's try this again. Actually, you know what? Try this. And again, guys, this is something Darkus does, so I apologize in advance. He normally has all of these found and all of the bad guys ready to kill. So all I have to do is like just show up and do it. So yet again, when you see him, the guy's awesome. Give him some love. Wait, I guess I gotta turn my shields off, huh? Fingers crossed, we will find something that is not an invisible wall here. It's generally a good sign there's somebody nefarious around. Bling. Shields. Nope. Apparently we have flown into a box of invisible walls. Okay. Just take a breath. Get your bearings. I know there are nasties to shoot at here, but right into the heat of battle. Whoa. Yeah. What are we doing here? Stop what you're doing. Next time, I'm not proud of it. So, since this is going on, has anyone else in vanilla experienced these kinds of issues? Crazy ship. Now it's not going crazy. No, doesn't appear to be. I'm back here. Insanely fast. It's almost hard to fly fast. cow. That was quick. Yeah, I think we killed the Jennies. You're funny, little guy. Yeah, it's cute. Let's go over here and see what this is. I didn't even lose my shields on that one. Okay. Yeah, so some of the same similar issues with Reforged. This one's new to me though. This like invisible wall. Nope, you're not. You shall not pass. No, let's go for the Corvette. Don't pick me out of the seat this time. Let's just watch as the rodeo happens. Nothing else, you know, it shows very realistic scenarios that you might encounter in game in a bad situation. This is almost not even a fair fight, it seems like. What Corvette? It's all gone now. Safe bet that's dead. Looks like the lights are out and no one's home. Jeez. Is there anything here that's going to be a challenge for this thing? Oop. No mating ships. Oh, that's a traitor. Never mind. I think. Well, we can go ahead and piss them off. Fire a warning shot over their bow. No, they're running away. I can go backwards. I just can't go forwards. That's interesting. Well, let's find one more thing for this, and then we will jump over into the Reforged. I have, and again, guys, I'm sorry. I'm sorely unprepared today. Okay, maybe we won't find one more thing. Chill out so I can show this thing off again. So, in lieu of any more Empyrean craziness, holy crap. I don't think we lost anything on this sucker. I don't think they dented a block and got the shields down. So again, the Arc Hanu, tier 4, level 25, lots of pew-pews, made for vanilla, again made by Heckendiver. So if you want to check something out that's playable in game for vanilla, definitely one I would look at. I would say you're probably pretty safe walking just about any street you want to walk with this sucker. I don't even think... I'm not even seeing any turrets missing up here. Granted, we didn't go against anything wholeheartedly adventurous, but it blew the crap out of a Corvette in about 30 seconds. So, oh, somebody, oh, just a drone. So real quick, while I get switched over into the Reforged version, take a short break here, and we will be right back with Reforged.
I am back.
Welcome, sir. I've decided that Vanilla currently has worse issues than Reforged.
How so?
With the whole like ship stuck in invisible walls thing.
Oh.
It was fun. That one of Heckin' Divers, man, that sucker wiped out a Corvette in about 30 seconds flat.
So you're all done with the vanilla one then?
Yeah. Except for, I think, the Kaitama, but I think we'll aim for that one next week.
Okay.
And maybe
then I'll just shut that one down to hopefully not cause any issues on the Reforged side.
well, and hopefully, by then, Elion kind of has another hot fix for some of those issues. Because Klutzeruni was saying that, yeah, they've had all the same issues we had in Reforged with CVs moving and, undocking or ships undocking, everything else. So. All right. So let me go grab a drink, and I will be right back with Reforged. All right. Got something to drink. And we are back with Reforged. So this is the Omni 2. A little tiny smidgen hair over CPU, but should still work. Chandril created this. It's a little SV miner. I think, not HV. Let me double check. Don't let me lie to you. Yep, SV miner. A little bit of protection, some GATs. Lots of turrets, little constructor. Alright. Bridge. Man, fancy. Let's take this thing and go cut down a hillside. On CPU, looked like the generators were still pretty decent. I think looks like it will clear out a lot of area pretty quickly. Very nice. Let's see how expensive it is. Oh yeah, cheap, cheap, cheap. So definitely a little starter miner SV. Very cool. you don't need. Very nice. Wait a second. It has a warp drive. What? Wow, okay, that's cool. Little SV miner with a warp drive. And it barrel rolls. Very cool. Very, very maneuverable. Let's see, does this thing have a shield too? Because that would just be crazy. No, I don't see a shield on it. Everything but the kitchen sink. Very cool. Really maneuverable. It handles itself very well. Nice. And I mean, I'm willing to bet if you took a little bit of time and effort, you could probably upgrade this thing to the laser drills and maybe even throw a shield in it somewhere. Yeah, very cool. If you're looking for a little starter SV and you're like me where, you know, you're not fighting legacy crazies in 3 days, definitely something to look at. In fact, I might even bring this in game and use it a little bit. Again, by Chandro, very cool. It's the Omni 2. Definitely check it out. Okay, next on the list is this little beauty right here. The SSW Geoduck. I like the name. By Stan 2112. Let's do a quick little once over. It's a little starter CV. Pretty cool. I like it. It's oh nice. A little sideways one. It's different. Everything you could want and need right as you come up the ramp. You got O2, medical, crafting, repair, food, shower, even though it's a glass one. Let's take a look at storage here real quick. So you got 199K and a couple other cargo containers. You have an ammo crate. Harvest box. 191K harvest box. Which I'm trying to see what that would be for. Maybe there's drills. Little grow plot space. Very cool. Let me see if everything's turned on in here. Alright, let's take a look what's behind the walls. Fuel O2, compact shield, warp, taxid, and yeah, so everything you want and nothing you don't need.
I imagine the harvest box is probably for if you want to eventually put a salvage turret on it.
Kind of what I'm thinking, because I don't see drills or anything. But I mean, for a starter CV, this thing has a ton of features that you'd want. And let's see, before I fib to anybody. Oh yeah. About 8,000 iron and 4 wood planks. Few Neo. 1 POI's worth of Arrestrum and Zescosium. Really pretty cheap to bring in. And it has a shield.
I like how he color-coded the different cargo boxes.
Yeah, that's really neat. I don't even know, like...
I forgot that you could do that.
You just put the color code right in front of it, huh?
Yep.
That's pretty neat. That's handy. Let's see. 310. How much CPU is a harvest or a tool turret?
80,000 CPU. So you could put one on there.
Yeah, you could. Very cool. Well, let's see how she flies. I like the big first-person window.
You were just raided by Xcal with 42 people.
Holy cow. XCal, what's up, bud? Thank you. Oop, I got all excited reading the chat and wasn't drunk driving here. What's going on, everybody? Welcome, welcome. We are on the second Reforged Eden build. It's a little starter CV. Pull up the P menu so everybody can see. See SSW Geoduck, made by Stan. It's a pretty neat little starter CV. It's got shields, it's got spaces for grow plots, it's got harvest container, so you could put a salvage turret on here. Armor locker, repair station, fridge, you name it. CPU, it still has, what was it, about 90,000, just under 90,000 left?
Yep. Pretty close to 90,000 left.
89 and some change. Is it Gooey Duck? Oh, Gooey Duck. Okay. I was taking it too literal.
It's Geoduck.
Oh, no. What's that?
It's Geoduck.
Oh, okay. The chat was saying Gooey Duck.
Gooey.
Garmin's giving me bad information here.
Just saying, what's up, man? 53 in the stream. Make sure you guys mash that follow.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, man. Good times, dude. I'm gonna go get dinner. Later.
Have at it. Thank you. Commander Hightone's going great, bud. Oh. Okay, well we'll have to get with Stan and see how he pronounces it. I like the Gooey Duck. I'm just gonna go with that. 4 over, thanks for that sub. Okay, Grumpy says it's Gooey. Geoduck is Pokemon. Darkest, you got called out saying you're almost up to 500, by the way.
Yeah, Slevin always picks on me.
Very cool. So again, you know, I know most of you are probably already off in Legacy space, but if you are looking for a little starter CV, the Gooey Duck, check it out, definitely. Flies like a dream, has everything you need, right here in one little compact space, plus a skylight. That's extra, though. It's going to cost you. Alright, so let's move on. For those of you that missed it, for the Reforged, we started with the Omni 2. It's a little starter minor SV. It's just a hair over CPU, but if you took the fridge off or something, you'd probably be fine. It's got 21k harvest, a warp drive. Gucci duck. So the next one is the MSF honeyback. And I'm just going to go ahead and guess it's a miner. Fly around. Actually, let me... Where did I read this at? So it is... Let me pull it up on the workshop here. It says fly like a butterfly and mine like a bee. Wait, what? Bring MSF, or MSF brings you the honey back. A combat steel armored mining vessel that is built to quickly scoop up all of those delicious ores and get the hell out of there. Has 10 mining lasers, 3 320k harvests, 1 multi-turret, 1 320 ammo, 4 flax, 2 rockets, sentry guns, a med bay, constructors, and the list keeps going on. A shield, food processor, armor locker. Says it's inspired by Excal's chisel miner. So, Thule, thanks for the follow. So we'll just do a quick fly around here. Oh, nice. Sneaky sentries. Alright, let's get into this thing. Like I'm walking into a pyramid. Armor, food, repair. I never thought of laying these down sideways before, but seeing everybody do it now, I like it. Got your core, shield, Jenny's. I know Darkest would cringe, but I kind of want to pull out the debug gun and see how splody it is. Level 2, med, constructor. Nice, nice. More constructors. The pape. Flash shower. Alright. Let's see what else we got here. Lunch table. Or interrogation room, whichever you want it to be. Yeah, so I mean, really straightforward. I like it. Let's see what she does. That's what I imagine spaceship sounds are. How's everyone doing tonight? It says to get ores and run away, so I'm not gonna go pick on... Uh-oh, it's doing the weird invisible wall thing here too. Awkward. Stop it. Yes, this build is on the workshop. Okay, we're done throwing a... No, we're not done throwing a fit apparently. Having some technical difficulties with the invisible walls. I keep running into them. Jesus, take the wheel. Come on. promise y'all, I have my hands off the controls, and all I've been drinking tonight is Dr. Pepper. Yep. Has a mind of its own.
Is it not cooperating with you?
And it's doing that invisible wall thing again. Like it's
Alright.
like it's stuck in something. I know, you might try pulling me to you wherever you are. Oh, found an iron asteroid. Weasel my way out. Almost there. It's like the rhino on Ace Ventura Giving Birth. Okay, we'll just mine our way out. There we go. Ha freedom! So, mining time. We'll do some mining and testing, and then we'll see how the splody bits go. See how far away from the no-nos you should stay in this. I mean, I would think for drones, you're decently armed. You should probably be fine.
I found a missing block.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it goes into leg armor.
Uh-oh. Say mine's pretty well, though. Let's see what we got for... So we already got a stack and a half of iron. Oh, I see red things.
Oh, yeah. Interceptors.
There are bullets in here? Yeah, we'll see how it holds
Yeah,
up for a second.
it's fully armed.
We'll see how it holds up for a second. Oh, I guess I could turn shields on. It didn't... That one didn't bug it much. Let's see what it does with shields on and lasers. Still plenty of generator. Cool. Let's go
Bless
see.
you.
Thank you. Let's go see how splody it is. We're just gonna pretend. Mining an asteroid, minding my own business. Whoa! Visible wall. Roadblock. Oh, nope, not that way either. Okay, well let's go try and pick on these guys. Apparently this game does not want us to pick on the Xerax tonight. At all. Well, they're seeing me. Now I'm in a rodeo again.
Do not know what is up.
I don't either. I mean, I would hazard a guess that against a couple of drones, you would be probably more than fine. I wouldn't, you know, hang around too long, but... Ooh, a laser sentinel. Fancy. I bet when he submitted this, he didn't think it'd be used for combat.
Well, like if you're out mining and you have drones come up on you, you should be at least be able to protect yourself enough to kill them and be able to warp out.
Exactly. This is a very legit test. Because I know I'm not the only one that completely ignores everything around me while I'm mining. We haven't even lost shields yet. Aw. The Xerax are angry at us. Okay, so we've taken out the drones. And now to save our lives, we're gonna run away. Oh, maybe. World. Yeah, no, very cool little CV miner. I agree. Actually, you know, or I don't know. Let's science something here, because I know with the drone, you can pull up the little mini map, but there's no tool turret on this, is there? No, there's not. Oh yeah, there is. Okay. So we're gonna science this. I found out that with your drone, if you hit your menu option twice, which mine is tab, it'll pull up the mini map. Let's see if you can do it with a tool turret. Nope. We are still mapless with the turret. It was worth a shot though. So yeah, let's very cool little CV miner. I like it.
That was rig ship.
Let me do this before I lie to you. Yep, rigs.
And that one is on the workshop.
It is. So
Okay.
yeah, definitely. If you like this, go show him some love. One more thing I want to try. I just can't help myself. Just because this is an extremely important thing now. Yeah. Yeah, it went boom. But all your drill turrets are spaced out well enough. I think you're perfectly fine there. That was an extreme example with going for the Jennies. So yeah, very cool ship. And if you don't have a debug gun, you're probably fine and not going boom. Alrighty. Darkest, you want to pull me back to the landing pad?
Yep.
That's a very cool miner. I might be bringing that into the season 2. because I currently the CV miner I made goes boom very bad.
I guess it didn't take.
I'm on Haven. There
Okay.
it goes.
Well, you might get warped again.
Yep, I did. I'm at the pad. So we decided the Katama was vanilla, correct?
I do believe so because it only has 4 advanced CPU extenders.
Okay. So ignore what you just saw. That one will be next week. All right. Well, on to the last one for the night. It was kind of a late entry by none other than Filbert Farmer. It's the Valrune Corsair. Corsair? Something like that. Sorry, Filbert, I can't pronounce words. They're hard.
I am slightly confused with this one though because when it's powered on, it only goes to about 81 CPU. So yeah, it might be vanilla because all the blocks would count as CPU in that too. So that one you may have to verify, but Filbert's is fine. So.
Oh, what went boom?
Oh, that was the one that I think is vanilla.
Oh, okay. Let me jump in here real quick and see what Filbert had said on that. Ba, 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 ba. He says it's for Reforged. Do we want to try and drag him into chat if he's on?
I don't think he is on, and I don't know if he came back. He said he had to jump away earlier.
I haven't seen him pop back up yet. Well, let's do the fly around real quick. Very, very intimidating looking. A lot of his builds are really cool. This is kind of what I would imagine if we built spaceships for going to other planets and possibly invading them. Some of his stuff is kind of what I would imagine. Very cool.
This one is part of his pirate line that he's doing.
Oh, okay. Do you know, has he submitted this yet for POI status?
I don't think so. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on it, but I think he's going to. He just finished it yesterday, getting it textured and painted and brought it in on the server.
Oh, nice.
To test it out.
Very cool. Should have lots of thrust. Let's get into this. So there's what? 1, 2. See if we find 2 hangar doors. Decent sized little hangar. Spot for a repair pad. A lot of detail in here. Little cool things like little ramps up to your cargo containers and very neat. I'm guessing you could get rid of this little deco block and put your... Oh no, there's your repair console right there, already in spot. Nice. Got a hanger lock. Armor locker. Let's see here. Get out of God mode so we can actually walk around a little bit. Oh, that's cool. Kind of a skyway. I don't know if I'd want to be out here in the middle of a fight, but... Holy mousetrap. So this, I'm guessing, is engineering. Big old thruster there. Hot. Jenny's galore.
Filbert just got back,
Okay.
and he can hop on voice in 1 minute.
Awesome. I'll keep walking around, and when you get on here, we'll have you show anything I missed. Courser, main engineering access, network online. Cool little LED.
And yes, why do you want to know? There is one carbon block in the whole thing.
Really?
Yeah.
I have questions. Did one get missed when he was doing converting, or does it have a purpose? Now I'm going to be looking. Oh wow, that's cool. I didn't even see that when I came in, how the warp drives implemented into the elevator and the door. Gravity gen. Very cool. I like how you laid that out. It's different.
Scarly says spot the block.
Spot, yeah. We're back outside. That's kind of cool. I think that's the first time I've seen those consoles turned up like that. It's like a vending machine from the future. Weird Willy Wonka stairs.
Let's see. JT, you might have to pull them up because I still can't pull them up into the live voice channels.
Okay, let me get back in there. Let's search this. Really? He's not showing up in the list.
He is currently in Empyrean Group Chat 1.
Hey, let's
Hey,
see if it
how's it
works.
going?
There we go. What's going on, Filbert?
Not much.
So first things first, because I'm sure I butchered it. How do you pronounce this?
Valrun? Valrun? I don't know. The name's kind of random. However you want to say it.
Okay. So I gotta ask too, like, how did you come up with all of these crazy Willy Wonka stairs?
Crazy
that-
Willy Wonka stairs.
Was that like the engineering room where it's organized chaos and it works?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, it's supposed to be a pirate ship, so it's supposed to look like functional, but also partially like cobbled together to make it work,
Nice.
I guess. So, I mean, I tried to draw from a lot of Solsticore stuff because he's done some of the pirate stuff for the game. So I was trying to kind of match that style. Obviously, I'm not Solsticore though, so I couldn't get to that level. But this was my best attempt.
No, I think it turned out really cool.
Thank you. Definitely one of my longer builds to make this thing.
I was just saying, I love how you did the warp core in here, where I didn't even notice it coming into the room.
Yeah, you just kind of like sneak under it, and then when you turn back, you can kind of look back on it. There's like a little viewing platform right there.
I like all the little skywalks with vents and everything.
Yeah, kind of going for the whole pirate thing, where it's like there's dangerous stuff, and like they've kind of like winked and nodded at like, yeah, that's dangerous, but they don't actually put up railings and stuff. Like you could still walk in there and get incinerated, but you know, it's like, yeah, we kind of care about safety, but we're pirates, so who cares?
Expendable.
Exactly.
Also, I have a question for you, Filbert. Where is the one carbon block in the ship?
Beats me. So what I did, I built the whole thing. Built the whole thing out of combat steel, and then I was unhappy with the flight statistics on the stats page, and so I started going through and all of the deco-y combat steel blocks. I used my multi-tool and dropping them down to regular steel. And probably what happened was when I was doing that, one of them got nicked down all the way to carbon. That's all I can figure because I don't build with carbon, so.
Fair enough.
And yeah, I have tested Scarly. I've tested the generators. They don't chain to each other, so they look like they're more exposed than they actually are. With those shutter windows and the combat steel blocks and stuff around them, they don't chain to the other segments of generators. And like if the warp core goes, it won't blow any of the generators. If the generators blow, it won't blow the warp core. I also shot the artillery turrets on top, and when they blow, it won't chain in through the hole into anything, which is nice. So it should be decently survivable.
Nice. I'll probably still end up hitting it with a debug gun just because that's what I do.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And you know, again, if you find something, if anybody's messing with this, there's like 2 or 3 people now that have the like work in progress version of this, and if anybody finds something, you know, let me know. It's got 12 large generators on it to make it work in Reforged. I'm going to do a vanilla conversion, so I'll probably be able to lose some of those when I do that. And I'll be able to replace the ones in between, because they're in stacks of 3. So I'll be able to remove the middle of each of the stacks of 3 and put combat steel between them to further make it so it'll be even beefier in vanilla.
You know, though, I mean, for a mid-game to even early late-game CV, this thing's actually not too expensive either.
Yeah, I tried to keep the cost down. I went straight from the Sangrenel to this on the server. I just spawned it in last night. I haven't had a chance to play with it yet, but what's kind of neat is my December Designers Challenge build, my little salvage CV, is just the perfect size to mount onto the SV landing pad at the top, and it fits just perfectly on that pad, and that gives you your mining ability and your salvage ability in a separate CV that you can take with you or leave behind or whatever.
Nice.
And I was just messing with it like this afternoon at lunchtime. I went on the server for a bit and was mining some asteroids with it. I love that thing too, but it's sweet because when it's docked, because it's also pirate style, it kind of blends in with the rest of the ship, and so it doesn't look like, you know, you have a wart on your ship. It just looks like part of the ship, which is kind of cool.
You even got a rum growing section to make your alcohol or your adult beverages. I like it. This, I mean, it looks chaotic, but it also looks like every bit of it was planned that way.
Thank you. That's kind of what I was going for. I mean, that's to me, that's what the pirate style is all about. It's that sort of organized, functional chaos.
I'm gonna have to have you start doing LCDs for me too.
I'm learning. I'm nowhere near, you know, Ascarly and Salutcore and NMK and those guys, but I'm just learning enough to where I look presentable, I think.
I was gonna steal it, but I won't show your secrets on stream. Okay, on to the last floor, I believe. Yep. So we got medical, armor.
I don't know if you answered this question or saw it, but Ascarly asked, how many gens do you have?
12 larges. And that is enough to make it work in Reforged. I'll probably need less when I convert it to vanilla. When I post it to the workshop, it'll be posted for a Reforged, and then I'll share to the Blueprint Share channel in the Anvil Discord the vanilla version and just link from the Steam Workshop to the Anvil. So if people want the vanilla one, they can come get it there. Because I want to do the OPV conversion on this and then submit it to see if they can maybe use this in the game, or I don't know, who knows. But I thought it'd be kind of neat, and then I mean, can always use another, you know, what?
Ascarly says he's thinking for other reasons. Winky face.
Oh, gotcha.
Scheming.
Gotcha.
So this is a little SV landing pad.
Yeah, so there's On top, I see. I'm trying to follow along, but your Twitch stream is delayed for me.
No worries.
Um, but yeah, so that's the SB landing pad on top with the black cannons behind it. That's where you can fit that little. I called it the barnacle, my little SV salvager or CB salvager. It fits perfectly on that pad.
Nice.
And I've been having a blast. I normally hate mining, but I've been having kind of fun with this, just running around and just using that thing.
This is very cool. I like this.
The core is just above the the bridge. I guess there's only one bridge on it. Opposite, behind a heavy glass window in the elevator.
Yep.
The rear elevator.
I like
Because the
it.
ship's kind of broken into 3 compartments, connected by those little, bridges on the bottom that take you between the compartments. So there's the rear compartment, which is where you're going to spend all your time and do everything, and then there's the middle, which is engineering, and the front, which is expendable. That's where the crew live. So the whole front of it is just a crumple zone. It can all be destroyed. There's nothing critical up there.
Nice.
The middle one is where all your important stuff is. That one goes, and you're pretty much sunk. But it's pretty survivable from my limited testing with the debug gun. I haven't had a chance to really fight with it yet, because I just got it in the server, so I'm hoping tonight to take it up against some opponents and kind of feel it out.
What do
I'm
you
really
think
curious
you
what
can
I can do
survive
with it.
against?
Well, I'm hoping to use it against infectors, because I want to get some quantums for it, because I've left spots to upgrade things, so I want to do some upgrades to it. I'm thinking it'll take... I'm sure it'll take corvettes and frigates. I'm pretty sure it'll take a destroyer, because it's got artillery, if you're careful with how you fly it. It's built and flies kind of like a claymore, only it's got slightly different weapons set up. So I think it can probably fight similar to what the claymore can do, but I just don't know for certain until I test it.
Okay. Well, let's see here. Let me close the doors on this thing so we don't just have a big gaping hole in the rear.
But yeah, it's totally uncombat tested, so I got no idea. I did some debug gun shooting with it, and that was about it.
I did notice, so I'm guessing don't auto group this because you've got them all kind of laid out.
Yeah,
right?
I use custom groups on my stuff.
I like it. Are they all kind of set up how you would?
Yeah, I didn't have to change anything when I bring it in. That's just the main thing I do is I put the armor lockers in their own thing so you can access them quicker if you do that through the P menu. I do I make a separate category for the repair bay, the repair station, the shield, and then I categorize my weapons by class of turret, that kind of thing. And that's mostly just so that you can use the P menu switches to turn on different stuff. Like I've noticed that the pulse cannons and the artillery cannons use a ton of power.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're just parked, you don't need those on because you have to be flying the ship to use them. And so I like to turn those off so I'm not burning through as much fuel.
I'm guessing You Want to Know has brought one in too. Says it works fairly good in combat, may need a few small tweaks, but good overall.
Yeah, he's my faction buddy. He was I shared the blueprint with the guys in my faction, and I think he was testing it out for me, which I very much appreciate.
Well, Darkest, or would it ruin your hopes, Filbert, if we tried to make it to Legacy and find an infector?
Oh, I don't. Do whatever you want, man. You guys test this on whatever you think it'll do. I don't care. If it gets blown up, it gets blown up, and then I can fix some things. So.
And we will, if you want. We'll save the damage blueprint.
Yeah, I know that Fred's been bugging me to hop on with him and show him some of my damaged state stuff, and I'm gonna break his heart when I let him know I don't really have any. So that would be helpful to have one to show him.
Darkest.
I mostly just take stuff in and fight and let it get beat up and then just kind of look at it. and then make my changes. I didn't even know about the damage states thing until recently.
Nice. This is I like a lot of the builds you've done. I like I was saying earlier before you got on here, they look like if we as Earthlings were to build ships to go out into space and protect ourselves and fly around and take over the universe.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So, Darkest, how adventurous are you feeling?
I am searching.
I mean, if nothing else, I'm maybe, well, see, and that's the other thing. I don't have much experience in 1.4 combat either. So it's like a totally new game with the new explosion models and armor and stuff. So I haven't even felt that out. So I really have no idea what this thing can do. Like, I don't know what's a reasonable target anymore. Like, that's one of the things I got to figure out now on the server.
It is weird, and I've definitely been tiptoeing a little more with the new stuff than I was last year.
Well, and I was watching, I missed the bulk of the stream, but the very first one you were testing, was that, did you get the CPU generator overload bug on that? It looked like you had like a random spike.
It was, and it was a vanilla one, but it was way under CPU by like 8 million. And
Jeez.
it kept giving me weird, I kept having the same issues, like running into the invisible wall, and then it would glitch out, and the generator would spike, and so I don't know, I don't think that was the build itself. I think that was a weird little glitch.
Another thing that Darkest turned me on to is that I guess he finds it easier to fly ships like this that are kind of lumbering with the pilot assist mode or whatever it is, which it looks like that's what you're doing.
No, it wasn't, but
I don't fly it that way, but he's mentioned that, and I've tried it, and I guess some people find that makes it easier to maneuver them.
oh, I had never tried this before.
Yeah, I fly in pilot mode for all my CVs. Most of my HVs and SVs, it depends on what I'm doing. A lot of times I'll fly all of them in pilot mode.
That's kind of cool. I actually like that.
So, do you feel like hitting something right now?
Yeah.
Go for it, man.
I found something.
Worst case, it blows up the ship, and I get to see what I can change.
Are your shields on?
Yep. You want me to turn them off or leave them on?
Nope, leave them on.
Hey, this is gonna be good. Oh boy.
I mean, I'm telling you right now, it's not going to take out a decimator, if that's what you're bringing at him.
Nope.
Okay.
It's an infector.
Okay.
It's just there's three other infectors and one decimator around here.
Wake up, turret.
This will be good. This will be good. This will be like a preview for me before I go after one on the server. You might save me some time. They really eat your shields up quick.
Yeah, they do. Still getting
Yeah, so you got the, I think I got 4 pulse cannons on it for taking out shields, and then there's 2 artillery cannons for kill shots, like taking out the core. But if anything, it might be a touch light on weapons. That was one thing I wasn't sure about. I was having issues because it's got multi-role function, so I wasn't really sure about if I had enough weapons, because I took some of the CPU for stuff like the deconstructor, and for some of the thrusters and stuff to make it move like I was comfortable with it.
Well, and that's the beauty of what we're doing right now. You
Right.
can always add to.
This is what I'm interested to see what I need to change here. And of course, when I do the OPV version of this, the vanilla version, it's going to have more turrets and less generators and more armor and all kinds of stuff, because vanilla gives you a lot more leeway in that regard.
Not used to that yet. Go away, shields. So that I may destroy you.
Yeah, so when I'm getting into a situation like this, then yeah, I take off the pilot mode. But when I'm just like
Now you
flying
sell 'em.
to the target, well, I was reading other chat stuff right now. So, but yeah, that's what I do. Is I generally use the pilot mode when I'm just flying around. But when I'm actually trying to use fixed weapons, I take the pilot mode off and start shooting.
And definitely you want pilot mode off if you're going to be using your fixed weapons.
Oh yeah. I don't even know if I'm going for the right spot on these things anymore. With
Are you shooting inside the
right in the middle?
little
of the
colored circle?
Yep.
Yeah, that's still the same spot.
Because I haven't made it to Legacy Space yet. On this one.
No, they never moved the core on this one.
Okay. Let's be friends.
Yeah, Wyatt, you can share that in the stream. That's fine. I mean, Wyatt's telling me that from their testing, they found that I've got the Pentaxid tank in a bad spot, and I need to move it because if it goes, it can take out a bunch of the ammo storage because of the chaining and stuff. So I'm probably gonna have to move that to a different spot. So just don't get shot in the rear end, and you should be all right.
You only get shot in the rear end when you run away from battle.
Yeah, it's like I figure it's like the Claymore, you know, it's front towards enemy.
Give me your goodies.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about, was that I didn't have enough armor on that Pentaxid tank. And I've heard that they blow pretty big when they go.
But when the Pentaxid tank goes,
Yeah. Yeah, because it's underneath the SVCV landing pad in back. There's only like one block, but from a certain direction, I think it's like a half a block of armor is all it's got. Yeah, that's good to know. I'll have to find a better spot for that thing.
I mean, currently we have a slow-moving mollusk here. I would definitely say you'd probably be safe going up against one of these.
Good deal. That's the plan anyway.
we put it right there.
And I mean,
I'd rather
Sorry,
go
go ahead.
up against like 4 of these than one dreadnought these days.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not crazy enough to take anything against Dreadnought. That's not my my speed.
So the good news is I just brought in a new one. I shot the Pentaxid tank and it blows out everything in that area underneath the landing pad, but that's about it.
Okay. Well, still, I think I'm probably going to go ahead and try to find a way to armor it a little more, because I don't want to lose all my ammo,
I think we got
or half my ammo.
I think we got him scared, boys.
Nice.
He's running.
Right, and like he's saying, that's all of it. All of the rear storage that's near the Pentax tank is ammo storage too. So if that blows and it tears up your container controllers, you're going to lose your ammo in a fight, and that's no good.
Are both ammo controllers there, or is there only one in that?
No, there's one on each side of it.
Okay.
I don't remember if I have any armor between the Pentaxid and the extensions or not. But yeah, I'll have to fix that if I don't. So yeah, that's a good grab on that. Thank you, Wyatt. I definitely will change that.
And that is why we test things.
I mean, the only saving grace there is that there's nothing around the Pentaxid tank that's targetable, but I still want to put more armor around it.
And I'm being very dramatic on this. I'm not doing what a sane person would do and backing off to charge the shields up. And
Right, I mean, it's a test. That's what you should be doing. I'll appreciate that. We can see how it handles some damage. Because, yeah, when I fight, I mean, I tend to shield fight stuff, you know? Like, when your shield gets low, you back out, you let it charge, then you come back. But sometimes your shield drops without you paying attention, and you take some hits, and so you need to know your ship can take the hits.
it's not giving me a good flank shot on him yet.
I've also heard that sometimes with these infectors, if you hit them in just the right spot, they go up like crazy. They can chain really bad if you hit them in like the generator or the fuel tank or something.
I would assume it's probably wherever the quantums are at that you don't want to hit.
Right. Well, yeah, he's got on both the infector and the decimator, he's got a generator right underneath the quantum box.
I think that was by design.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing a lot of people don't know, if you slap a core on one, they're over CPU. Like after you've killed it, if you put one of your own cores on, the power comes on, generators overload, they blow up, there goes your quantum loot. So you need to, like, as soon as you put a core on it, you hit Y to turn the power off, like the same as soon as you put the core on it. And then your generators won't blow up.
Don't hit Y, that's not very nice.
Isn't that what it is?
Well, Y will turn the power off, but I mean, don't hit Y the person.
Yeah. Who's on? Who's on first?
He
I know.
revealed the secret to you.
All right, Abbott Costello, who's on first?
I actually did that skit in high school. I needed what are those, the artsy credits or whatever.
Oh yeah.
So I did we had this play, one act play or whatever it was, and that was the only one I ever got to be in because football games interfered. But I did Abbott and Costello with another guy.
Nice. We ended up doing that inadvertently because Y's full thing is why do you want to know? That's his name. And so I was telling Anubis on the server the other day, we were chatting, and I was like, yeah, we got a new person in our faction. He's like, oh, who'd you get? It's like, why do you want to know? It's like, no, I don't know. I was just curious. Like, he got all defensive, and I was like, no, that's the dude's name.
Oh, found the wall. Come back here, you coward. Fight like a man. Quit doing invisible walls.
Now, when you say invisible wall, what are you talking about?
An issue I've kind of run into today is, well, you'll see it in the stream here in a second. Like, if I try and go straight after this guy, every once in a while it's like I run into this just invisible wall and the ship just boop stops.
That's fun. Yeah, that makes it harder to do stuff.
I'm hoping it's just because poor Darkest computer is like ready to die. Not because of a new undocumented Empyrean feature.
Oh man.
I know some other people on the Anvil server have mentioned about running into what seems like invisible walls.
Always fun.
Well, hopefully the ships aren't flying away as bad though. They got the invisible walls to stop them now.
Oh, silver linings.
It's alright. If I really cared that much, I wouldn't be playing still, and I don't see that coming anytime soon.
Oh yeah. Even with the bugs and stuff, I'm still having too much fun.
Oh yeah. And I think, honestly, at least for me, it's the building aspect of it that keeps it interesting. Because I can go into game and figure out, okay, well, I need something for this. I'll just go build it. Granted, I'm building it, so it's not pretty, but it often works.
If it works, that's all that matters. Yeah, I know that the CPU overload bug has been replicated Piscarly. So that one, at least, I know has been reported, but I haven't seen any bug reports for the invisible wall bug yet for vanilla. Hopefully they're working on the CPU one. I can deal with an invisible wall. I can't really deal with my CPU spiking and my ship blowing up from the inside.
So with that one, it's as you take damage, your CPU points go down, right?
Yeah, I think, and then I've also heard that it can cause your mass to go up. So as you're getting shot, it adds mass to your ship. So some people were noticing that they were getting shot and then their speed was getting reduced. So they were slowing down because their ship was gaining mass as they were being shot. And then some people were getting shot, and as they were getting shot, it was adding, like you said, CPU or just subtracting CPU or something, and then their generators overload and they lose their ship.
I think he might be making a run for his friend over there. Chevy Dad, what's going on, bud?
Another thing I might change in this ship, because the version I gave you is the version I put on the server, and it's got some extra fuel tanks in the little winglets that are kind of in a bad spot. But like I said, I mostly shield fight, and I just wanted them there for the extra fuel for the runtime. But I'm probably going to take those out for the workshop version. It's because, I mean, I was talking to some other guys, and they were mentioning that they like to have as little fuel tanks as possible, because they're basically just bombs in your ship, and you can store fuel pods in your container controller, and they're not explosive there, so you can just constantly be refueling your tanks, and it's a lot safer.
Oh, we found an invisible wall. It got away from us. Oh, we get somebody around us? We just getting some lag now. Nope, lag. Dang.
Could be.
There's
It looked like,
there's your generator spike issue.
yep. It does look like, if you shield fight, though, you look like you could take an infector with the thing.
Oh yeah, I mean, and like I said, I never even let the shields recharge, and I think honestly, if I hadn't hit the wall and you had a little bit of patience, another 2 or 3 minutes, that thing would have been done.
Oh, yep, yeah, there's your generator spike. Just caught up to me on the stream. Yikes. That's not a good bug.
Mickey Shenanigans says turn it off, turn it back on.
No, we're still spiking. It's
Almost like you're
like
stuck
I'm-
on something.
Yeah, like
And-
there's some jerk put a random spotlight floating in space.
Hmm.
And I mean, even with everything off, it's powered off right now. It's still, and the O key seems to sometimes make it worse. But yeah, I mean, you can tell. I mean, I'm not even pressing the key right now, and it's showing the generators at almost 800%. So I think this might be a bug that maybe worth looking into.
Yeah. I'm kind of avoiding combat on the server until they get that fixed. I'm just kind of mining and hanging out.
Honestly, though, I mean, looking at it, we lost a little chunk of the nose here. It looks like it actually breached into the insides.
Yeah, if you want to save the damaged states, that'd be sweet. I could check that out.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah, it
turn
looks like they
off.
took off the side thrusters on the very front, which are expendable.
But I mean, and this damage back here on this little, engine housing was from the generator exploding from that glitch. So I mean, I think we've tested that one doesn't chain react. No, I like it. And like you said once, I'm gonna shut it off before everything goes boom. Maybe? It keeps turning itself back on. There we go.
Huh.
I think once they get that glitch figured out, or the, I'm sorry, undocumented feature, yeah, it's well within CPU, so that's not the issue.
Yep. It's the CPU bug. It's unfortunate.
Now, yeah, the CPU hasn't changed any that I can remember anyway. Let's see if that goes away now. Okay, now we're back. I hear shooting.
Yeah, it's that
Lag
infector's
bot.
come back.
Stop shooting at me so I can find you, coward. Where'd you go? No, I definitely think this thing could easily take one on without, you know.
Oh, thank you, Darkest.
You're welcome.
I'll have to give that a look.
Is this lag or where's he at?
He's below you. Once you find him, I'll turn his weapons back on.
I see him shooting up behind me here. You can definitely feel a difference with that thruster gone, though. Or maybe
Which
it's,
thruster got taken out?
one on the. Let me get.
Is this one of the ones on the nose?
It looked like in the explosion.
You lost the back right one from the generator explosion, and the one, both
Gotcha.
of the lower facing ones on the back right.
Gotcha.
Think. Yeah, I only see one on the nose left. At least there's one on the side, none on the bottom, and two up top still.
Interesting. So the CPU overload doesn't just trigger your standard generators; it triggers the solar capacitors too.
Oh, really?
Because that's the only thing in those engine pods that would be like that. Would be the solar capacitors.
Oh.
There weren't any generators in the engine pods. But I did have, I think, 2 capacitors on each pod.
And right now, there's only 2 capacitors showing in the device list.
So yeah,
Okay.
that's
So, yeah.
interesting.
Huh. So solar will overload too. That's interesting. Good to know.
Let's take a look.
Makes me even more concerned to use it until they fix the bug.
Yeah, and I mean it basically hollowed this out. I think there's one thruster left.
Mm-hmm.
One large anyway. You have your mediums here still. And that was just from, I mean, I unless there was a lag shot that I missed, there were no shots at the rear of the ship. 'Cause I don't.
Yeah, I'm guessing that it was the overload thing. That's what my guess is. And that must just consider, because I think that they are considered a generator, the solar capacitor.
Well, here we can test it. Let me find the capacitors. Oop, turn the shields off. No. And one of them blew out the engines.
But he said that there were still 2 intact. wonder if they still have any integrity or if they've taken damage or anything.
Well, one of them I just blew out with the debug gun to test it.
Mm-hmm.
What are we shooting it now?
Oh, and it didn't add. See, that wasn't enough to take out the cell. Hmm.
Like another infector came back.
That could be too. When you had the CPU bug, it looked like you were getting shot at too at one point.
Well, he's getting shot right now, so.
Mm.
See, I don't even see where I'm getting shot at from.
He's below the ship, 1.3 kilometers away.
Huh. Yeah, I see nothing. Huh. Is that you, Darkest?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, try to find that other solar capacitor.
It'd be in the engine pods, I think, is where I stuck them.
Let's see.
I found one in here and hit it with the
There's
debug.
some left. They're all gone.
That's okay. Yeah, that's another thing I'm not sure of is I may have to put those somewhere else and try and armor them a little bit more, considering how explodey they are. But I don't plan on popping this to the workshop until like next Friday at the earliest, so still got some time to tweak it.
Let's do this. Let's try with a fresh start. So there's one of the solar capacitors. Oh, I'm blind. Yeah, I'm not seeing. I must have had some kind of lag shot that I didn't see. Because
Very possible.
But you're getting shot at by an infector again.
even blowing the fuel tanks right by the thrusters did nothing.
Oh.
Just do this.
When I put combat steel around those thrusters to separate them from the fuel tanks, even though, like I said, I'm not sure I'm going to keep those fuel tanks in it, but
Scarly's asking what would happen if one of the thrusters went.
one of the XLs or one of the drive thrusters or one of the large thrusters at the back.
Oh, let's
Try shooting one of the large thrusters on the side, like the strafing thrusters in the back.
Shields on? Shouldn't be. I have
'Cause some of them are kind of close. That might be an issue.
Okay, yeah, the side thrusters chained a little bit.
Okay.
Let's try the big rear one on this side. The big rear one didn't chain as bad. It took out the other large lift thruster, but that was about it.
And most of what's in those right now is just void space, so I could add some, like, extra armor in there to maybe minimize that a little bit. Right, I do have my thrusters a bit too close on those nacelles. Just having a hard time squeezing everything in there.
No, and I think your large thrusters are fine. The ones that seemed to chain were those little mediums.
Right.
So. But I mean, overall, as long as the generator spike thing doesn't happen, I would feel comfortable taking this thing into legacy space.
Yeah, I'll just have to make a couple of tweaks.
Oh boy, there's another infector. Well, let's just do to you what I did to your friend.
Let me save the damage state on this one. Unless you already did, Darkest.
I already sent him a damaged one.
Okay.
Basically,
Yeah, he sent me the other one. I'll have to bring it in and check it out.
All right,
I
ladies
appreciate
and
you.
gentlemen.
I appreciate you testing it out. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, no problem, brother. Thanks for submitting it. I had a blast with it.
Yeah. Have to do some fine tuning now.
And that's, hopefully that's kind of what we're trying to do here for everybody is if you have something that, you don't want to waste your resources in game to go poke the bear with, well, submit it in there and we'll go poke the bear while we're in God mode and don't care about the resources.
Right. Yeah, no, that's... And even when I'm testing them, after I spend all that time designing them and stuff, I'm like afraid to scratch the paint, so I don't push them enough. So I appreciate having somebody else who's not afraid to blow the crap out of them. Look at it.
No, not a problem at all. Thanks for, like
Awesome.
I said, thanks for submitting it.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. I'm gonna go ahead and hop off.
All right, Philbert, you have a good evening.
Thanks. You too. Take it easy.
All right. So everybody, that will pretty much conclude this episode of Let's Blow Stuff Up. And definitely be on the lookout when Philbert puts that up on the workshop for everybody, along with all the other builds. The honeyback, the gooey duck is its name, whether that's right or wrong or otherwise. And then the Omni 2, both of those great little starter vehicles. Yeah. So everybody, thanks for stopping by. Give me 1 second. Bear with my single screenage, and we'll find us another Anvil member to show some love to. I need like timeout theme music.
out of the ones that I'm aware of, I think only Fred is on.
Grumble's playing.
Yeah, Grumble is doing that.
Let's go show Grumble some love. Everybody, thank you for stopping in tonight. Y'all have been awesome. And we'll do it again next week. As long as y'all submit stuff to me. Otherwise, well, you're SOL. So, without further ado, let's go show Grumbledore some love.
That it did. That seemed to have, now that we're getting the hang of it, it seems to move in at a bit better a pace and all that. Oh, not a problem. Yeah, it might be too. I'm gonna see if with my servers, if they might not be most updated, and that might be causing an issue too. But yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I know there's, I can't remember who was mentioning on, I think one of your streams that when they were looking around, it was they found some fairly cheap ones. So it's not too bad on mine when I'm only running one server, but I wanted to leave both up just in case I wasn't back in time and you were ready to jump over. The other option is, and it would vary on depending on how many submissions you got, would be just say, okay, this week is vanilla, next week is reforged. But once again, like I said, tonight we had 2 vanilla ones and 4 or 5 reforged. So, but no, I think it's starting to kind of smooth itself out, and now that you're getting the hang of how you want to kind of do the things, and since now that I have the ability to, while you're showing off the build, I just go find the target so that when you're ready, I just pull you to me. Yeah, the biggest thing that I don't mind doing it. The biggest thing is just if there happens to be, say, a weekend I go to my parents' place to visit them or whatnot, well, my computer won't be on with the servers. So, yeah. It's all good. I know it can handle it. I actually, when I was testing around, and this is the reason for the different ports, I actually had 4 servers running at the same time on my computer, and that pretty much maxed out my memory. So I have an i5 4690, and it's about 5-6 years old. Yeah. Nope. Yep. That's so everything I do, I've been running off this computer for 5-6 years now.